Love me sexy.
Love me sexy. Yeah.
Love me sexy.
Baby, are you ready to lick me sexy?
All right, let's go.
Welcome back to the Boomer Backfield podcast. And this week we are talking about, obviously, Ole Miss, but also we got to break down a huge change in the coaching staff.
BV bomb.
BV bomb. Seth Luttrell has been relieved of his duties at offensive coordinator.
Praise the Lord of my soul.
And Joe John Finley is going to step up, which is a bit disappointing. And then they're going to name one of the offensive analysts, Kevin Johns, who's already been at the program for a while now. He will be named the quarterback coach with a little bit of help overall with the offense. I'll just say...
What's your name?
Oh, yeah. Do we need to do that every pod?
We should. Because there'll be people that watch this that haven't watched it for the first time.
Should we redo it? Should we start it?
No, we just keep going.
Okay.
We're
All right,
chilling.
my name is Spencer May.
My name is Colby Ruth.
I'm Kyle on the cause.
What were you saying? My bad.
So let's see. We got Seth Luttrell getting fired. We'll go ahead and talk about that first because I feel like that's a little bit more breaking news than the fact that we're going to lose to Ole Miss.
Yes.
So Kevin Johns, I like Kevin Johns.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the future of our program on offense, but
I hope not.
I thought it was an interesting move that Joe John Finley's still here, considering he runs the worst position group in the school.
That was insane. In the school.
And but it is good news that Seth Luttrell is gone. I think one thing I was thinking about is how I think literally last pod, the post game South Carolina pod, we were talking about. We were like, does BV have the
nuts?
Does he have him?
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna man up and do what he needs to do to save his job?
Yep.
And he did it. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
Proud of our man.
What I want to say is that in the last pod, really the last few pods, we were talking is like the season is already a train wreck. It's dumpster fire, and we're already on pace to have a losing season, and that's going to happen regardless if BV fired Seth Luttrell or he didn't. And so that's why my point the last few pods was like, why not fire him now? The season's already shot, and all you're doing by keeping Seth Luttrell on board is making more tension with the offense, and you're giving yourself less time to find a new offensive coordinator for next year's season. And so when I got the news, I was really happy and honestly really proud of BV because that's not an easy decision, and that's hard to do in season, especially when, and it's not even just like, oh, I'm firing him because he's bad at his job. It's like you're looking into, he also has a family. He moved here. He went from making $1.1 million to now he's jobless. So it's like there's a lot of other factors.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Actually kind of crazy.
There's a lot of other factors that play into it. It's just like it's not just like you're firing him because he sucks, because he does, but like this man has a family, and so there's a lot of weight to that decision as like an employer when you have to fire people that you know are literally providing for their families. So, you know, sorry, Mike Tyson came out of me a little bit. I wish Seth Luttrell the best moving forward. You know, I hope he can find a job where he can, you know, provide for his family, but he doesn't belong here at Oklahoma, and he's proven that. And I think it was a big move by BV, and honestly, potentially a career-saving move. Because if he didn't fire Seth Luttrell, and we kept watching this dumpster fire every season, which it still will be, but he didn't make any adjustments, I think that would have been a problem. And I'm also curious if Joe Castiglione maybe had a word with BV last week, because he said, I think 2 weeks ago in an interview, that he wasn't going to be making any in-season changes. And then he fired Seth Luttrell a week later. So I'm curious if Castiglione was like, if you don't fire him, like now it's coming on you. So important for BV, important for his career, and hopefully will be better for the team. But we have, and I mean absolutely have to get an outside hire here, and it needs to be a home run. Because if it's not, and we have another crappy offense, we're cooked. We're actually cooked. So that's my thoughts on it.
I just want to say something real quick. I get the whole thing about he's providing for his family. Like when you fire him, like you're impacting his family. If you're making $1.1 million a year, getting fired should not affect you one bit financially. Like obviously, but like if you can't provide for your family after making $1.1 million a year and probably getting a massive severance package, and probably getting like a buyout of some sort in your contract, this affects. The only effect it has on his family, I will say, and this is not a negligent thing, but it's probably like moving schools. But like, they're all right. They're gonna be perfectly fine. Yeah. So I don't. The whole like emotional like thing, I just don't go for it. At like smaller schools, it makes more sense because they're making like hundreds of thousands compared to like millions. Yeah. But once you're up in the millions with buyouts and severance packages and all this stuff, like I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for Seth Luttrell whatsoever. Like you came to a school where you knew the expectation was high. You got a pay package where the expectations are high with that pay package, and you didn't do what you needed to do. Same thing as if we go get a high paying job in whatever, and we don't do our job well.
See ya.
Nobody's gonna feel bad when we get cut. So it's like same thing.
Real.
That's just the real world.
Yeah, I mean, you've been playing the nice guy today. I was
playing the nice.
You're playing.
That's
nice.
normally not. That's not normal.
I mean, yeah, obviously you want to wish him the best, but I mean, bro actually just cooked us and like jeopardized our entire season.
Yeah, no.
Like,
I mean, he did cost us our season.
He literally cost us our entire season. Obviously, Seth Luttrell, the person. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, man, I hope you never find a job again. Yeah. But honestly, I think he should probably coach high school football.
Yeah,
I agree. I don't think
because
the offense that we watched was similar to high school football. Like I actually was saying, this is the if I think I can do a better job. See, that's what I'm talking about. Put that down.
Stop playing with stuff during the pod.
He's being bad.
Shut up.
But no, I don't know. He just, like Spencer said, he'll be perfectly fine. And he'll probably, honestly, his next job will be selling cars. So
I don't think he can do that.
Yeah, he could not sell me a car.
Hey, what's up, man? This is a good truck.
What does it do? What does it do?
It go.
I'm a fighter.
I'm a fighter, though.
I'm a fighter.
I'm gonna fight for our dealership. I'm gonna fight for our cars. You're not selling me jacks. You couldn't sell me a napkin, Seth Luttrell. I'm gonna pay a single penny for a napkin.
No, he's just garbage. But honestly, I was happy. Spencer called our like group chat, and only I answered. So just me and Spencer just looking at each other, and I was like, he was like, bro, where's Colby? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, bro, don't look at Twitter. So I literally went and looked at Twitter, and I was like,
why'd you go and look at Twitter when he said don't look at Twitter?
You know I'm going to go look. Obviously, you tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it.
Being bad.
Pretty much.
Isn't it crazy how, sorry to interrupt, but like, isn't it crazy how Twitter is the source of information at this point? Like literally the source.
Like the best.
I find out everything on Twitter.
Oh,
yeah. It's kind of crazy, actually.
It is crazy.
Dude, I found out about Trump's assassination on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wild.
Everybody did,
yeah.
I don't know. So, I mean,
crazy.
It's good, but at the same time, it's like, whoopee, yippee. Joe John gets to call plays now. That is the worst backup plan. I honestly would have rather BV said, I'm going to call plays. I'd be like, well,
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we'll be physical.
I saw this Twitter post, and it was like, replacing Seth Luttrell with Joe John is like pooping your pants
and then changing
your t-shirt. I'm like, this does not.
I haven't seen that.
The math isn't mathing.
Yeah.
Why would Joe John's he's half the problem.
Yeah.
Seth Luttrell was 50%, probably 60% of the problem. Joe John's the other 40, and now we're elevating him.
I think
he's got to go.
I think this whole move was more like a outside look.
Media?
Yes. And also,
I agree.
There's a bit of locker room spark. Like, hey, something changed. I think it kind of puts – if I'm DeMarco Murray, if I'm Joe John Finley, I'm fighting for my life in these trenches, in these games. So, little bit of spark, put a fire under these other coaches' butts, and I think I'm not like thrilled about the whole way they dealt with it, but I do think as long as the season comes to an end and we start doing a national search, then I'm cool. But if there is no national search at the end of the year for a new OC, I will be very mad.
Oh, 100%.
BV's job's in the line with this national search.
Oh, absolutely.
With this is like pivotal hire for BV. And I was talking to my buddy the other day or yesterday, and I was like, dude, we make the right hire. We're there. We're there within 2 years.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy is like, I know we're in our down arc where we're saying like, we're going to be bad forever. But like, dude, you make, and like, I'm saying that too. Yeah. Like we are going to be like, I think we are in the 90s of OU football, but we make the right hire right here 2 years from now. This defense, keeps doing its thing. And our offense goes back to 2022, 2020, and then Lincoln Riley days.
Yep. Ooh. I had a question. You said you didn't like the way they did it. Do you mean by like replacing Seth with Joe John? Or
yeah, no, I just mean like I don't like the way that Kevin Johns and Joe John Finley.
Yeah, that's
but
what
like
I thought.
The thing is what else could they have done? Like who? Yeah. Who? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is like, who else would they have?
Yeah. I mean, I could see. Maybe like Emmett Jones going, but it's like,
because he's already like the passing game coordinator or something.
Yeah, something like that. He's already like an elevated position. Yeah. I could have seen Emmett Jones doing something like that, but to me, it's just like, okay, if you can't go make an outside hire, fire the trail, let Joe John call the plays for the rest of the year. It's already cooked anyways. Yep. Maybe this will provide some spark. We need to be searching nationally right now.
And then fire Joe John at the end of the year.
Probably.
Get a new tight ends coach.
We should be searching nationally for an OC.
My only thing is that I have, and this is me being a hopeful Sooner fan, I hope that Seth Luttrell, he gives me the vibe that like, even though he was technically like co-OC, he's still, Joe John makes like $500,000 a year or like something like silly, like his salary or expensive if you want to fact check.
Yeah, let's go find it out.
I know he makes significantly less than Seth Luttrell was, so it's never mind. Golly, I was so wrong.
$900K. Joe John Finley makes $900,000 a year.
Yes, he does.
Golly, so never mind.
I can go coach tight ends
just like that
for $900,000 a year.
Just like that. Probably better. But I just feel
insane.
Like Seth was probably taking over. Like if Joe John maybe had a good idea, Seth was probably like, "We're gonna run my offense, whatever." Mm-hmm. So my only hope is that Joe John might have some stuff that he was cooking up that Seth was like, "No." But
like Joe John was in his bedroom at night scribbling
I
up
don't know.
some
He
plays.
might have been like with the little flashlight on. Just
he's got the flash. 11 o'clock. He like journals it. 11 o'clock.
Running
Thursday,
C-spot power
September 12th. My new plays. First Batman.
But dude, I don't. Kevin Johns. That's what's really gonna piss me off is that BV's like, no, he's really involved with the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I said, what has he been doing the whole entire time?
What I'm scared of, what I'm really scared of, is at the end of the season, BV's like, all right, we're gonna promote Kevin Johns and Joe John Finley to. I guess Joe John's already been co-OC, but
yes.
That is like my biggest fear because then I know we're going to suck for the next 10 years.
Yes. Correct.
And BV's probably going to get fired because the team's going to suck.
And the defense.
So
that's the worst
nightmare.
Like that is the nightmare situation.
Yeah.
Like if that happens, we are cooked.
Yeah, I'm going to crash out.
Yes.
I'm going to crash. If I see on Twitter Kevin Johns is hired as OC, I'm going to flip it.
I don't think Kevin Johns will get hired. I think he might get elevated just like QB.
He'll just be
hopefully.
And if he's if he can improve, it should not be hard at all for him to make Jackson or Michael or whoever look just this much better. Like it should not. If you do that, cool.
If Joe John Finley, is OC next year, it'll be the dark.
Here's what if Joe John Finley can be OC next year, if we put up 40+ points
if we go 5
the rest of the game.
Yes.
If we go 5
if he does that, I'll say hire him right now.
Agreed.
Yeah.
If we put up 40 and even just one, excluding Maine, one of like our actual 4 key marquee matchups, something to think about. I would ideally like all 4. If he only put up 40 in one, and that was it,
If I
But
just
if it was like all 5, I'd
saw
be like,
something,
The thing I don't
think it would.
I'm
but
not
it's not gonna
gonna-
happen. Yeah.
I don't even if I see sparks, I don't want to. No.
If he puts that 40+ in all of them, though, I'm saying, hey, you can hire him.
It
at
would
that
be.
rate.
It would literally have to be consistent
Yes.
perfection.
Yes.
But
Yes.
like if we have one good game against Bama, for example, where we put up 40, I'm like, no, that's not enough for me. Bama's defense isn't even good.
Yeah.
You had one good game.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You coached the first 7.
Yeah.
You had your chance. Get out of here. Well, here's my thing. Is if there wasn't a lot of options out there,
Yeah.
maybe I'd be like, ooh,
Yeah.
maybe we should hold on to Joe John. There is plenty of options.
Yeah.
There are guys
Good
at these,
options.
there are guys at these G5 schools that are producing incredible offenses that I know we can pay enough to get here. Go get them. That's all I'm saying. Go get them. So
That's fair.
ridiculous. On top of Joe John, on the list of people that I don't want to see on this staff next year,
Uh-oh.
I'm going to go ahead and add DeMarco Murray
Agree.
because people are saying, I'm hearing people on the radio say, for this game, I'm not even kidding. They're saying this. Just put the ball in Javonte Barnes' hands and let him create something. Hopefully he can create some magic. Let me tell you, buddy. Let me tell you what's not going to happen. Because I'm going to look up Javonte Barnes' stats for you.
88 carries, 307 yards. There it is.
Yeah.
88 carries, 307 yards.
3.5.
307 yards and 2 touchdowns on the season.
That magic is.
If he does that, if he does that this weekend versus Ole Miss, maybe we might win the game.
88 carries.
But I promise you, he is not going to do that this weekend versus Ole Miss.
He's averaging 3.5 a carry.
By the way, go look at Tommy Walker's stats.
He averaged that almost last game. He had almost 300 yards.
So,
Wow.
yeah, what a
I
mess
want to
up.
look up Tommy Walker's stats.
What a huge disaster going on. Yeah,
Okay.
so Javonte Barnes averages 3.5 a carry and has 2 touchdowns. Tommy Walker averages 5.5 a carry, 9 touchdowns.
So every 2 plays, Tawi runs the ball to get a first down.
Yes. And he has 9 touchdowns, which is
And we let
more
him
than
walk.
one a game.
We didn't even give him a scholarship.
We didn't give him a scholarship.
Not
We gave,
even a scholarship.
do you want to see the guy that we gave a scholarship in place of Tommy Walker? Let's go look him up. Sorry, I'm on all caps because I'm angry. God damn it. Let's see. Here we go.
Sam
Oh no, not I need ESPN. He's not even on ESPN.
Franklin.
Let's
Tom
God, this,
What's his stats?
He has probably about 5 carries.
So we gave Sam
you
Franklin.
were right. 5 carries,
No
42
way.
yards. Okay, this guy.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Sam Franklin. What are we doing? The running back room is literally a disaster. You have top talent all up and down it. And there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
And you let your best running back since Kennedy Brooks at OU walk.
Yep.
DeMarco, you have failed miserably while you've been here. I want to see DeMarco go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am very close to being on that same wave,
Mm-hmm.
but we're bad, but it's also like I feel like no one can establish, like no one's consistent. And I feel like you can blame it on DeMarco, but it's like I can't tell you to go out there. It honestly looks like some of these guys like don't even want to. They don't know what they're doing. Which I mean, I guess if you don't know what you're doing, that's
Which
on
is
DeMarco.
on
But
DeMarco.
still,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we should. I'm not there yet, and it's really because that wrestler can recruit like nobody else. So I don't know, and I think we lose a lot of talent if he leaves. I think if he goes, Taylor Tatum goes. Taylor Tatum might be gone already, but I don't know. So
Well,
I don't know. I personally don't. Think
I don't care about
Here-
talent leaving. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing. Talent's going to leave on offense.
well, here's my
don't
question,
think.
which is, he's proven that he's been a good recruiter. Why are we? It doesn't matter because they're not playing good.
Yeah.
Like Gavin and Javonte, correct me if I'm wrong. Are they both 4 stars?
Yeah, both
Right.
4 stars.
Okay. Tawi, I don't know what star he is, but he was the best running back since Kennedy Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
And Tobby left.
Taylor Tatum is
Taylor-
the best running back in his class.
Taylor Tatum is good, but I think that's only because he's just actually good. But DeMarco's bringing in
Everyone
talent.
else sucks.
Yeah, DeMarco's bringing in the recruiting, but it doesn't matter because they're not doing anything to show for it. So that's why I'm like, I don't care if I could care less if DeMarco goes because, yes, he brings in good talent, quote unquote, 4 stars and 5 stars and whatever, but they're not doing anything. And so it's like it doesn't even matter if you're bringing in good guys if they're gonna perform like 3 stars.
I would rather have a walk-on that balls out, aka Tobby Walker,
Yes.
than a 4-star that puts up 2.5 yards a carry for 100 yards in an entire season, like Gavin Sawchuk. So
Yeah.
I just think I'm a believer in stars and what recruiting the impact of recruiting on a team, but I'm more of a believer in development.
Yep.
Because I have gotten so hyped up over guys like Gavin, Javonte. I'll go on other position groups too, PJ, Devon Mitchell, where it's like these guys are supposed to be studs.
Yeah.
PJ is supposed to be a freak of nature, and he just has not even started yet. So, and granted, we have great DNs, but it's like PJ just is not even getting to the quarterback when he's in. So it's like, anyways, yeah, I totally agree. I just think DeMarco, just like, what have you been doing? What have you been doing? There's no output.
Yeah.
Sure, there's a lot of good metrics that you can say DeMarco has put out there, but there's no actual output, like on the field output.
I mean, I'm looking last year. Sawchuk averaged 6.2 yards a carry last year.
Yeah, but last year we had one of the best offenses in the country. We had a top 10 offense.
But I know, but that's still running. That's DeMarco Murray's product is out there. So I just still feel like
my opinion. That's Jeff Lebby's. That's my opinion.
Telling him how to run the ball.
Yes, I think Jeff Lebby ran an amazing offense. If we start, I wanted to get into that, but BV made a great point in his press conference yesterday.
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, so BV in his press conference yesterday literally said, somebody said, like, do you think that there's an issue, the fact that you're so defensive minded, maybe there's not enough resources going to the offense? He said, well, no, I mean, look at the past 2 years. I was here, right?
Yeah.
Jeff Lebby was here, and we had a top 10 offense in the country both years, actually. I didn't know that.
That's just insane to me.
He's like, look at the stats. We had a top 10 offense both years. I think running back success ties right in with pass game success and overall offense success and O-line success. So, obviously, I think they play better. But, like, I just think.
So, by that logic, would you not – you have to blame that on Seth Luttrell then?
I don't think our running backs played good in those 2 years, though. Like, look at Eric Gray. Eric Gray should have been a dog, became really nobody. Look at Tolly Walker. Should have been a dog, did not play that great here.
He rushed for almost 1,400 yards in a season.
Eric Gray?
Yeah.
21?
22. He rushed for 13,000.
Fair enough.
1,360.
13,000 yards.
13,000 yards. My
1,300
bad.
yards.
I'm just saying, Eric
1,000
Gray,
yards a game.
look where he is now. He's a bum. He was drafted like 5th round. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I get what you're saying. I think DeMarco, he has.
What have you seen that has made you think DeMarco is a great running backs coach?
This year, I'm saying by this year is washed for everybody because I think it really comes down to Seth Luttrell was bummed.
What about last year?
Last year, like, I don't think he Sawchuk and all of them were great, whatever. I think Tawby's running back one should have been. He didn't get enough carries. That is my biggest fault on DeMarco is that his ego is ridiculous. That's what I think because he let Tolly Walker walk. No pun intended. But so that's on him. But I think we've also seen
That was a fire pun.
last year for the last 5 games, Gavin Sawchuk rushed for over 100 yards in each of the last 5 games. So I still don't think that he's that terrible that we could let him go because off the top of my head, I don't know who we would go get. That's my thing.
Fair enough.
And
I don't.
That room has not been a big enough like issue. I feel like
I
to
think
that.
so.
Can I say
feel
something
like
crazy here?
I feel like they have been.
Gavin Sawchuk's stats for this year:
Yeah.
20 carries,
The other bunts.
42 yards.
Yeah, he's garbage.
He does
He has
not.
42 yards in
He
the
doesn't
season.
have 50 yards on the
No,
season.
he's literally garbage.
We're 9 weeks in.
I'm sorry, I just don't see it with DeMarco.
That's
I just don't think he's put
insane.
out literally anything but average.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I just think OU should not be putting out average. Like, and also you're getting the best of the best recruits, and you're still putting out average. There's just something wrong.
Yeah.
And I think, like, I don't know. I just think DeMarco. I just do not like what's going on at running back.
I'm just trying to look. He was hired in 2020, 2019. Kenny Brooks or Jalen Hurts was our leading rusher. He rushed for almost 1,300 yards, and Kenny Brooks rushed for 1,011.
Dude, my dog could coach Kennedy Brooks to run for 1,000 yards. Kennedy Brooks was a dog, and our offense was a dog.
Buddy.
I just think
Kennedy Brooks.
OC has a lot of effect on running back success. I personally think Jeff Lebby and Lincoln Riley were the reason that DeMarco's running backs were succeeding, and not DeMarco.
Okay, I mean it's fair. Hey, I'm not gonna.
But
That isn't a bad point, because you look at the years DeMarco was successful, which is like the last 4 years you can say, but it was with Lebby and Lincoln. Now you give him a bad OC, and now the running backs are horrible. And it's the same players too, which is really interesting. So maybe that is a point to prove that it is just the OC, but it's also a point, like I'm playing both sides here.
Yeah.
It's a point to prove that it's a really bad OC, but it's also a point to prove that DeMarco's running backs should still be performing at a high level if it's literally the exact same guys and the same coach. So something to think about. I guess for both of your arguments, I think it's a mixture of both. You could argue it's like, yeah, the OC is the problem because look at the last 4 years, but then you could say DeMarco's the problem because it's like, it's the same exact players, and they're not doing anything, not even close to what they did last year. And did you say Javonte had 1,300 last year or 1,100?
no, Javonte had a terrible year last year.
No, that was Eric Gray.
So how did Gavin? You said
Gavin only ran for like 700 last year.
Okay.
He ran for 7.
What do you average per carry?
6.2, because he only had 120 carries.
Okay.
So
he's playing significantly worse this year.
Oh, it's not even. Yeah,
Yeah,
And
he's doing
and he
awful
should
this
be
year.
doing better. Like
Yeah.
as a football player, you should
I just think
How does somebody regress like that just because of an OC?
I just think the stats do not tell the truth with DeMarco. That will be my last point here is I think you can go and find, Kennedy Brooks rushed for 1,300 yards. Eric Gray rushed for 1,300 yards. Gavin Sawchuk had an all right season last year. You can look at those things, but it's like when you actually watch the games, especially in the Lebby era, it was like, what is wrong with these running backs?
Yeah.
They run right into the backs of our O-linemen. They don't find holes. They are not explosive at all. Gavin Sawchuk has an incredible advantage with his speed. He doesn't use it. Javonte Barnes and Tommy Walker had advantage with their power. They didn't use it. It's just like, I think my issue with DeMarco is I see so much more in these players, especially with Sawchuk with the speed and Tommy Walker with his power and Taylor Tatum just being a versatile back. And then we just don't see anything. We just see average running back play. Like running back play that you see at Kansas State. But even worse, honestly.
It's worse than that.
Running back play that you see at Texas Tech. Taj Brooks. Like, Taj Brooks is playing way better than anybody we have. So, I don't know. It's like, I just think it's all average.
I agree. I mean, also this would be my last point, but I just still think you can't, like, Gavin Sawchuk can't run a sweep if the play calls a dive. Like, he's getting yanked.
Mm-hmm.
If the OC calls, hey, you got to hit this hole right here, and it's literally, I just don't think that's on DeMarco. I mean, DeMarco could probably say something, but at the end of the day, he doesn't get the play call. So, I mean, Gavin Sawchuk, yes, I'm not putting him on a single inside handoff. Everything he's running is outside the tackles in open space so he can run. And everything I'm running with Javonte Barnes, honestly, he'll probably get like a little mix. But like Tawi, for example, I'm running straight at the guard, the tackle. Because I know he can run through somebody. Gavin Sawchuk's not that guy. So I just think that we don't play call. There's some times where Gavin Sawchuk thinks I forgot who's that. Who's the NFL? Was it Le'Veon Bell or somebody that used to like just kind of like sit in the backfield?
That was Le'Veon Bell.
Was it Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah.
and then like explode. He tries to do that. He's not Le'Veon Bell, obviously. So I just think we don't game plan him enough. But I do think he's on. I would put DeMarco on the hot seat for his production. I don't think he has done enough for what he was here and what he did in the NFL. He should be able to. These dudes should be way better. I will agree with that. I wouldn't fire him this year, but next year we have a new OC and it's the same production. I think
I think that's a good middle ground. Is give him a year with a different guy that doesn't
because
blow.
he's proved with a good OC, his running backs. I think numbers are the one thing that will never lie to you. I mean, even though it doesn't look it, but when at the end of the season, when I see, wow, he ran for 1,200 yards. I mean, it's still not bad. You average 6 a carry. Maybe I'm missing a couple things. I don't know. I think give him another year. This year for me, Seth Luttrell just cooked everybody. Every Bill. Honestly, I think Bill's probably on that same.
I was gonna bring that up.
We were gonna go to the. Yeah. I'm
going
down. I'm basically going down the roster right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Everybody's getting.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and go into.
So
Bill.
okay, so let's clarify. BV is on the hot seat if the offense sucks and we don't get a good OC. DeMarco, we'll give him another year, but then he could be on the hot seat if they keep underperforming.
Joe John right now.
Joe John, I want him gone, personally.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think we all agree with that.
As soon as we find a new hire, I want Joe John gone.
So yeah, we don't need to spend much time with that. But let's talk about Bill Bedenbaugh, because I have been wanting to talk about him this whole time while you guys were yapping about DeMarco.
Jeez.
I wanted to think about Bill Bedenbaugh.
To be fair, we did go crazy on Bill Bedenbaugh literally last pod.
Yes.
So
well, the only thing I do want to say is that I want to bring back your point of last pod, which is how he sent the guys to that trainer.
Mm-hmm.
So if the O-line sucks next year, I think he's gone.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything.
Yeah. He definitely deserves.
They're awful.
He's earned another year or so.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, history doesn't lie.
Yeah,
but,
it doesn't lie. He's produced amazing O-lines. But
another argument I heard against Bill
I don't know
Bedenbaugh
why it's so
is he does an incredible job recruiting, and then there just misses.
Yeah.
He gets so many 5, 4, 3-star O linemen that are like hard to get, and then they come in and you wouldn't know their name. You would not know the number 1 O lineman in the 2019 class, the number 1 O lineman in the 2020 class. Like they'll come to OU, and it's like you wouldn't even know their name now.
Like bro went to Europe, to Britain, to Great Britain, and got a lineman. Like, come on, that's like pretty. I mean, for me, I was like,
does he even
impressive.
play?
No, he's freshman.
Oh,
None of the freshmen play. Honestly, that class should be crazy. Like EPL, why is he running the 100-meter dash in high school and like coming in like second or third place, and he's like 6'5", 3 something, and he's running like it was like a 10 something or something crazy.
Yeah.
EPL is
he's a freak.
I don't even know
What's his name?
Eddie Pierre Louis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so but that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
He's getting these dogs, and they turn into nobodies.
Yeah.
Who was that guy? Bray Walker.
Yeah.
Remember Bray Walker?
Westmore, yeah.
Bray Walker
He's
was
like 5-star. Yeah.
Bray Walker was supposed to be the greatest O lineman to grace our planet. And look at it. Oh my God.
He's at Texas. He was at Texas State.
And I'm gonna say right now, Bray Walker, if you're out there, great guy. I met him one time. Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. But he came in here.
She's 6'7", 350.
That should be first round written all over him.
Literally, like top 5 pick
over
him.
Bray Walker was here was his as a prospect. 5-star, number 2 O tackle in the country, number 1 player out of Oklahoma. This is in the 2021 class, I think.
Oh, but as a transfer?
3-star. Yes.
84 overall.
When he came to OU, people thought he was going to be the number 2 O tackle.
I swear he was 2019 class 2019.
It might have been. It was been.
It will. I don't care.
But anyway, from Westmore, number 2 O tackle coming into OU, number 57 in the portal.
In the portal, not even in the overall. Wait, go up overall. So coming into OU, he was the 15th highest ranked prospect
in the of all
positions,
and he
when
left
he entered
as
the portal, left as 816th ranked
in the
player.
Bill Bedenbaugh.
Bill Bedenbaugh
that's
literally
a massive
blew
failure.
this man's career.
Yeah,
he blew it up.
Yep.
That's insane.
Blew up his
Wow.
entire career.
That's actually that's really sad.
And I saw a
That's
tweet that
so
was
sad.
like just a list of bums, and it was like, look at all these guys that are bums because of Bill Beanbo. I was like, Jesus, that's kind of
Honestly, he's produced 13 NFL draft picks in 11 seasons, and in 11, that's 55 total. I mean, if you put 5 guys every time in 11 seasons, that's 55 people that he's had on his line. In 13, 11 years, I mean, that's good, I feel like, but still, I feel like
It's
there should
good.
be.
It's
It is
really,
good, but
but
feel
it's
like
not just 5.
13
like,
out of 55 is solid. Like
It
that's
is
pretty
really
solid
good.
to go to
Like,
the dang league. That's
yeah.
pretty
I
crazy.
know, but still, for his whatever, I just don't understand how we can't. How do we suck? It's good, but how do we suck? Like, how is our O line so bad if you can put 13 out of 55 in the league?
That's my biggest question: is why is the O line so bad this year? Like, you cannot tell me it's a lack of talent. Like, you can't. I don't know.
You kind of can because
But you got 5 stars this year. Granted, they're freshmen.
they're
but
true
still, it's
freshmen,
Like,
and true freshman is the hardest position to be a true freshman
Yeah.
and learn is the O line.
yeah,
I understand it because of you got fleeced in the portal, you got fleeced by the NFL draft.
yeah.
I can kind of understand it. Here's another guy that Bill Beanbo got. He was
Oh wow.
30.
That's
He was a
bad.
3-star O lineman. 6'4", 330. He turned into a no star in the portal. So
Literally, his overall ranking is NA.
yeah, not applicable.
Like, he literally is not even ranked. Marcus Alexander.
Dude, do we just want to go through this list? That's kind of fun.
Poor guy.
Noah Nelson. Who the hell? Noah Nelson.
Bro's just going down the list.
6'8". Jesus.
Oh, he got that weight on. Northern Arizona? No way.
Colin Montgomery.
So this guy we're looking at, Noah Nelson, was an 86 overall. Coming in, he was the 79th offensive tackle in the country. As a transfer, left not ranked.
Left a 3-star though.
Left a 3-star, but not applicable.
Colin Montgomery.
4-star.
4-star turned into no star.
Jeez, playing for Memphis.
That is just crazy to see all this talent that has gone to nothing. But yeah, just kind of a
Basically, what we're saying
interesting
is Bill Beatenbow,
your time's
even though
coming.
he has guys that go to the draft and do well, he does also have a track record of bringing in excellent elite players and turning them into no stars. And they play at Texas State and Memphis now. And so
it's hit or miss. It's like truly hit or miss.
that's what's crazy. It's literally a home run or a looking strikeout. Like, it's not even close.
Yeah.
There's no middle ground. That's what's so crazy about I didn't even know this until we just looked this up. But it's like, how do you produce first round picks and then guys that should be first round picks are literally nobody?
6'7", 350 is crazy.
And you can't, yeah.
That's
And
nuts.
the thing is, you cannot tell me all of them were just bust. Like, I can understand maybe one of those guys, like a 5-star, he's actually not that good, like DJ Uiagalelei, but you can't tell me all of those guys were just bust. There's no shot. So yeah, Bill Beatenbow,
never mind.
you and DeMarco, I think, get another year, but you might be cooked, buddy, because I don't know who that trainer is, but you better study him and figure out everything that he's doing, because the O-line is atrocious, and it's bad next year. Smell you.
Golly.
Okay, let's see. I said we get into the OU breakdown. Do we talk about just how off our team is?
I genuinely
I don't even.
Jackson Arnold is starting this week.
Yeah, that's
starting.
an interesting topic. It makes you wonder, what does that mean? What is that telling the team about Michael? Because we had this talk a couple weeks ago or last week, which is like, who would we rather have, Jackson or Michael, stay? And if Jackson's starting the rest of the season, which if he doesn't play bad against Ole Miss, I kind of like think that's what's going to happen. What happens? Does Jackson leave? Does Michael what happens?
Jackson gets that Dr. Pepper commercial back, and Mike's
Yeah, he's
probably,
gonna. But
he's
it's like
hitting that door.
I hate to say it, but it would almost surely be Mike is leaving.
Yeah.
I would almost surely assume that, and then I would. And then the question is, do we keep Jackson? That's a really big question because, I mean, I know as much as you guys don't love what Jackson did, we got to keep him. Because, I mean, if we don't have Jackson going into next year.
Oh, you're saying if we don't have either of them?
If we don't have either.
Okay, yeah.
If Mike is gone, let's just say Mike's out of the picture. His dad said, "You ain't start my son. I'm taking him somewhere where somebody believe in him. Someone will believe in him."
Why did you give him that voice?
Because that's what he talks like.
That's funny.
You don't give him a starting spot, he's gone, right? Let's just go ahead and
say Mike's gone.
Say Mike's gone. He might not be. We can talk about that in a second, but let's say he is. If Jackson doesn't stay, we are cooked.
Brennan Zerberg!
Kevin Sperry.
No. No. We'll get cooked. We're actually cooked. We have to go get somebody in the portal, and I don't think there's anybody that I can think of.
Who do we get?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Cam Rising.
He is back.
12th year. He's gonna be no. That's what's dang. This is
bad.
Oh, this is bad.
Yes.
Because I don't want Jackson personally.
Well,
I really want Michael.
Too bad.
Too bad.
You're gonna take him. You're gonna like it. I hate to say it. Here's my personal opinion, and as a football insider, I know nothing about this, so this is literally just speculation. I think BV and staff and co sat down after last week's game, probably before last week's game, after last week's game, and said, "All right, Mike's not playing good. Jackson's not playing good. Let's decide who we want to keep and start him the rest of the year and not change no matter what." That would be if I were a coach, that's what I would do, because if you keep changing, you risk losing both. And if you lose both, you are screwed. Yeah. So the best thing you could possibly do in this situation to save next year is to start one and not move again.
But why would they pick?
They picked Jackson. I think they picked Jackson, and I think it's over. I think the QB battle is over, and I think Mike will be out the door. That's my personal opinion. I don't care either way because I think they both are not that great. But at least in this system, I think they're both terrible in this system. So
yeah.
I also think in a good system, they both can be really, really good. So I really don't care who we choose.
Yeah.
I know y'all care who we choose. I don't care. I think they're both going to be really, really good somewhere in a good system, and I think they're both really, really bad here.
I care because Mike is Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, all them-esque. Mm-hmm. Where that was the most exciting OU football that I've ever watched in my entire life, when I could see Kyler Murray fake the handoff and then just and run like a little bad little kid.
Yeah.
Gone. Jackson runs like a robot. He runs like that cop from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That's what he runs like.
Feel like what?
So I would rather see Mike. I don't think it'll be Mike.
I don't think it'll be Mike.
I think he's gone. And Mike posted a picture with his girlfriend. The day after the game, he don't care.
He don't care.
He does not care.
Who does care? His dad.
His dad cares, but so unless Mike Hawkins Sr. Goes into the facility, pins BV against the wall, and says, "Hey, it's either my son or we out."
Yeah, it's a tale as old as time, isn't it?
Like
the dad gets pissed off that his son doesn't play, takes him somewhere else.
I mean,
the son's just sitting there like, "I'm just here to play ball."
You know what? And those kids normally don't turn out to be anything.
That's true.
I might call my shot here.
Uh-oh.
I think Michael Hawkins ends up at Ohio at the end of his career if his dad is in control. Wow. I'm just saying, it never works out.
What?
It never works out. The reason is because when dads get involved, my son ain't playing. Dude, they never turn out good.
The thing is, the reason that happens is because the dad is never satisfied.
Yeah.
No matter what, because once their son starts starting, he's like, well, he needs more of this call. Yeah. Well, once he's playing Heisman level football, well, then he needs more NIL money, and then he needs more. And then you get a Caleb Williams situation where he's like, I'm going to deny any team that takes me unless I love them. And it's like, dude, just just go out there and play and take what
Yeah.
you get. Like,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
But
Never works out.
I do agree that like Michael Hawkins is so much more exciting than Jackson, and I think he probably will be. In the perfect storm, he's better, but I think if we get a good OC next year, I think Jackson will be great. I don't think the gap is huge between them. I think they're both really good. But that being said, do I care? I would choose Mike to stay, but I think Mike's gone, so I don't care. Like
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing of like I want OU to win OU Texas, but at the same time I don't care because I know we're gonna lose. It's like I know we're gonna lose. Let's like Ole Miss. I don't care about this game. I don't care about the outcome because I know we're gonna lose. So it's like same thing with Mike. I would choose Mike, but we're not gonna get him. So
Yeah.
I just don't care. Whatever.
That just makes me sad.
What if we get both of them, guys?
There's no way.
What if they both want it so bad and they want to go into a second QB battle this spring?
Maybe the Oklahoma ties with Michael Hawkins Sr. might
make him
Because
stay.
here's the thing.
I don't think there's any way though.
I get the vibe that
his dad's ego.
his dad. But
No
the thing
shot.
is, I saw his dad tweet yesterday. He's like, the best feeling is when you see your kids like succeed. Blah blah. He strikes me as a
Dion.
no, not Dion.
Maybe a little bit.
I don't think he's a D. I just
Coach
think
Prime.
he's more like he would find more satisfaction if Mike went in there and just took it. Like, because he could have been, I know he was like, Mike ain't come here to compete, but I think he was literally like, nah, we're not going to go somewhere else. Because Mike honestly probably could have gone somewhere else. He knew Jackson was here.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think he was honestly like, I think you can beat him out. And I honestly think next year, Mike could beat him out in the spring. So, I wouldn't be shocked. And in that spring, because isn't there a spring portal? Is there not a spring portal?
Yes, there
so
is.
I just think he might stick it out and be like, hey, whoever the new OC is, go into spring ball, see what happens. And then if he's still, he probably has to sit down talk with BV, whoever. Hey, who do you think you're going to go with right now? And if it's Jackson Arnold, he probably bounces. But if it's him,
I just think, and I know y'all have different opinion on this, but to take somebody's spot, you don't have to just be a little better. You kind of have to be a noticeable amount better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just how it is. Because once Jackson has played all 2 months of the rest of this season and then a few months into spring camp, taking his spot, you can't just be right here. You have to kind of be like right here. You don't have to be worlds better, but you have to be because they don't just like, oh, he's one overall better.
Yeah.
Switch it immediately. It's not like
Yeah.
NCAA.
Well,
So
to add to that point, there was rumors that when Baker and Kyler were here, that Kyler was better in practice. There was like rumors, I've heard that through the grapevine years ago, but they're like, Kyler Murray might be better than Baker. And then Baker won the Heisman. And then what happened next year? Kyler won the Heisman.
Yeah.
So I actually completely agree with that point, because if you are not substantially better, if you're just a little bit better, they're going to be like, well, we're not going to restart our whole offense and rebuild chemistry with a guy who's going to get one extra first down. You know, like I can actually agree with that. And just from playing experience, like literally from playing sports.
when you're on a team, like that's
like
how it works.
if you're not substantially better, then and obviously let's take out politics, because politics are a big reason why people start. But like if there were times where I would be better than the person in front of me in several sports, but it wasn't like substantially better. And obviously maybe their dads were involved a little bit, but
it's
I wouldn't start.
when you go to a new high school
Yeah.
and you play first base, and if you're a little bit better than that first base, they're going to keep that guy because he's been there for 3 years and you just got there. Just how it is.
Yeah.
That
happened literally at Aliso.
So
The whole football.
And
Anyways,
my process, I think you guys might think Mike is substantially better. I think they are pretty even. I think Mike's a little better, but I think they're pretty even. So yeah, the one thing that I could see keeping him here though is his tape is terrible. Like his tape is Like, if you're looking from an outside perspective, you don't know what we know, where he came in and made magic moments. If you're just watching his tape and you're seeing South Carolina happen, like, who's taking Mike?
Oh, everybody. A lot of people.
I'm not taking Mike. If I'm Texas, if I'm Ole Miss, if I'm like, who good is taking Mike? Who good? Like, name teams that are good are taking Mike.
Off rip, I don't know who has a senior. Jackson Dart. I don't know who the backup for Jackson Dart is.
Ole Miss can get better than Mike. Ole Miss can get better than Mike. I'm sorry.
Spencer, you think you don't think he can play anywhere else? He made it to.
I'm not saying he can play anywhere. I'm just saying, like, everywhere else has got good.
The thing is, as a coach, you're not gonna tape is but like you're gonna look beyond the tape at like what Mike is. You're gonna look at metrics for Mike. I don't know that many people that are gonna be like, oh yeah, like they'll look South Carolina game, but I think that's gonna be like an anomaly type thing, and then they're gonna go watch
Texas.
I think honestly,
like what happened? Like, what did he do?
I'm just saying you're gonna put in a lot of other factors. You're gonna put Mike in your offense, your situation. I feel like rather than the situation he was in. I don't think that Mike's a bum and he can't. I think Mike can go play anywhere in the country. I know you didn't say that.
I'm literally just saying, like, his tape is god awful. Like, that's just how it is. That is what it is. Yeah. And for Jackson too. And like, it's gonna be harder. Like, he can't walk into Oregon. Like, he won't be able to get a spot at Oregon. He won't be able to get a spot at Ohio State. Like, he would be the backup there. If they would offer him the backup spot at those schools, at those big schools, he can get a spot at a Power 5. I'm not saying, like, he's not going to get any Power 5 offers. He can go to South Carolina. He can go to Kansas State. But I'm not, like, big schools, I don't see any of them needing Mike. That's my opinion.
I don't know. I mean, I would still disagree. I think, honestly, if he went next year, him and Dante Moore had a QB battle, I don't think it's like a Dante Moore is just light years better than Mike. I think if you put Mike in the same system at Oregon right now, Mike's going crazy. I think if you put him at Texas, I think Mike and Arch Manning would be a solid competition.
Dude, that's crazy work. That's crazy.
You're looking at Mike based on playing with the worst offense, one of the worst offenses in the country. Of course he's buns. Everybody's going to be buns. Arch Manning sees here, he's buns.
I'm just saying, like, if he went to Texas and battled Arch Manning, maybe it would be close. But why would Texas take Mike? Why would they offer Mike?
I agree.
Because,
I don't think
like,
he'll go there. So I'm saying, but a team that is good, that needs a quarterback, like if Ole Miss, their whatever is terrible, I think he could easily go to Ole Miss and play. I think if these teams didn't have like a reasonable backup that's like up there with Mike's competition, I think that's where I'm getting, like you saying that he couldn't go play for a top team like Ohio State if they didn't have Julian Sand right there, then I think Mike's easily going in there and playing.
I can kind of agree with that. I just think, like, if I'm a school looking for a new quarterback, before I'm looking at Mike with the stats that he has, I'm looking at my backup. I'm looking at a lot of other transfers, and I'm also looking at true freshmen that are like 4 or 5 stars, like Ole Miss could possibly have, or all these other good schools could possibly have. Not because Mike's bad, but because Mike put up bad stats. Same thing with Jackson. If Jackson enters the portal this winter break, where's he going? Like, we had the talk already, but like, where is he going that would really love Jackson Arnold?
A&M.
Yeah, I just think both.
No, I put Mississippi State.
I think both quarterbacks would have
Mississippi State
kind of trouble in the portal, more than like, Dylan Gabriel, who immediately got the top school in the country.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Anyways, the point of all that is we're in shambles, and we're losing one of our guys. Yeah.
We suck.
That's the point.
But yeah, I do think we'll probably see Jackson the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll take him out because, I mean, like, why would you risk losing both?
Unless he does like a 3-drive, 3-turnover type thing.
What?
I don't think he's coming out.
I don't even know if in that situation, because do you want to, if I'm BV, the worst thing that can happen out of all of this, you can go 0-5, lose to Maine, The worst thing that could happen is you lose both.
Yep.
So in my opinion, you stick with Arnold no matter what because you got to keep
If he
one.
throws 5 straight picks, you keep him in
Well,
the game.
damn near Michael Hawkins did that last week. So
And they took him out.
They
He took him out.
They took him out.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, I think they probably will stick with Jackson. But I think if it's like something crazy, Mike, honestly, he might put in Casey Thompson, which would like I wouldn't be upset.
Okay, hear
I
me
wouldn't
out.
be upset.
Why have we not done that already?
Casey,
Casey don't
I'm
want
gonna
to
be.
play. I'm telling you, bro. He does not.
Casey
wanna play.
doesn't.
Is he terrible?
He doesn't get reps.
He doesn't-
That's the
he
reason
just-
why.
he's not-
I mean, I'm
he
gonna
didn't
be.
come here to play.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Like they
did not come
don't.
here.
They don't. He doesn't practice.
He came here to
Like he
Yeah.
practices, but he doesn't practice with the team.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Dang.
little insider information. Casey Thompson does not. Will never probably play.
Wow. Well, give him a chance. He's a 10th year.
I don't think he wants to. I agree
Tony,
with Kylan
he
on that
does
one.
not
I don't
wanna
think he wants to
play,
play.
bro.
He's not here to play.
Bro's suiting up for drip and to get the
Dang.
meals.
Bro, I wish I could do that. I would literally go to practice every day, spend a summer spending just to get a uniform and eat
Yeah, well, you
and
gotta
throw some footballs into a net.
you gotta play at Texas first.
Yeah.
Give me
You gotta
that.
be a dog first.
Let's get into. We can even get into Ole Miss.
Yeah, we didn't really get into OU even. Dude, is there anything else you want to break down about except for Jackson Arnold?
OU?
Play?
Like, I
Deion-
obviously this is a big week because it's seeing a newer offense. It's probably gonna be the exact same thing. We're probably still gonna suck, but it at least is a change. So I think since the season's already shot and we hate this team, and we don't really have much to look forward to, I think that this weekend we at least have something to look forward to, which is we have a new guy calling plays. And granted, he is terrible, but at least it is something different, and that's exciting to some extent. It's exciting in the sense that there's change happening, and even though the result's probably going to be the exact same, it's exciting that okay, at least we don't have to watch Seth Luttrell this week. That's what's exciting.
We get to watch his partner in crime,
It's watch his
Yeah.
Robin.
Joe John
But-
Finley.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like I'm trying to shine some positivity here. That is
I
at
hate
least
positivity.
that is at least something that we can look forward to, which is
Yeah, it's
something
like-
kind of different.
maybe we'll see something new. But
We probably won't.
I'm
trying to be optimistic.
I for one am dreading this entire weekend.
Well, you have it bad.
Yeah, I'm dreading this entire weekend.
Why don't you just tell everybody what you're doing?
I mean,
'Cause
we all
it's-
have it bad. We all have to do the drive.
Yeah.
To be
but
fair,
yours is
I am
yours is
busing.
different.
I will be busing overnight. So Thursday at like 10, I have to be at the facility 10 p.m. and then we'll get on the bus like 11:30. Get there at probably 8 in the morning. Set up the stadium till like noon, and then we'll have the rest of Friday off to chill, get dinner, and
we'll
but
get
yeah,
some
there-
barbecue Friday night.
Memphis.
Memphis.
But yeah,
I want to turn Swiss cheese like Dolph.
and then Saturday, the game will probably be over at 3. We'll probably leave the stadium and start driving back at 4 and get back at probably 1 or 2 a.m.
Can you ride with us or no? Have you been
I
able to talk
doubt
to him
it.
about
I've never seen
Yeah.
anybody drive home on a road trip other than
Did you do it
OU
at Texas?
OU Texas is just different. I mean, like, and that was on a win too.
That's fair, yeah.
Because this year I couldn't do it either because I wanted to go over to Sydney's, but we lost. They were just like, everybody get on the bus right now. Pack your stuff. Make sure you're doing it. Because if you don't go with the team, then you're skipping out on a lot of work because when
Yeah.
you get back, you have to unload the
Unload,
truck.
Yeah.
You have to
it.
unpack everything. And so you're making other people pick up work for you.
Okay.
And so there's kind of like, there's that aspect
Wow.
to it. But anyway, it sucks. I'm dreading this weekend. I'm going to get no sleep, a lot of time in the car, and
How you
we're
know?
I genuinely what's the line? What's the
I
line?
have no idea.
Huh?
Like
What's the betting line?
Spread.
Oh.
I think they're favored by like 20. It's like 20 and a half.
Should be more.
That's it.
Pump them up. I'm bet.
Gosh. If you bet $100 for OU to win, you win $920.
Bet 18. Oh my god.
If you bet $1,800 to win for Ole Miss to win, you only win $100. That's how much we are underdogs of this game. Insane.
That's so embarrassing. So
Wait,
yeah,
Wait, I'm gonna start betting.
Yeah, so 21.3 touchdown underdog.
Mama, if
do
you
that.
listen to this, I'm finna start betting.
no, don't.
Mama,
do
I
that.
can turn $100 into 920 like that. Mama, please just trust me, Mama. Mama,
put
please.
your whole point money
Yeah.
on Ole Miss winning and win $30. Yeah.
You could literally put $100 on Ole Miss and you'd win like $4, and you're risking 100.
Yeah.
Anyways,
crazy.
we're 21-point underdogs. I genuinely have no excitement for this game whatsoever. I'm excited to
We're
see
gonna
a
get
new stadium.
spanked.
That's it.
We're going to get.
This was the game I picked that we were gonna lose.
This was your-
I said we were
I
getting.
think we all
going
said this. This was like
Kylan-
But this was my only loss that I
Fair.
said.
Yes, so
it was this
yeah.
one. From
Going
the
back
jump.
to our preseason predictions, Kylan had us at 11-1. The
Oh,
one
boy,
game,
was I wrong.
the one game was Ole Miss.
yeah,
We all picked us to lose this week.
yeah,
So even preseason when we were idiots,
and thought we were good.
I had us at 9-3. This was one of our losses. You had us at 10-2. This is one of our losses.
Yeah.
So we even thought at the beginning of the year that we were going to lose. I totally. Who said that 21 is? Yeah,
Yeah.
21's not enough.
Yeah,
We are losing this game.
pump them up.
I think. Oh man.
I mean, if we
I'll stop
lose,
the score prediction.
listen,
now.
if we lose 35-9 at home to South
To
Carolina,
South Carolina.
to South, what are we doing on the road against Ole
We're winning.
Miss?
We're taking a W, guys. We're
Huh?
going to win.
Yes.
No, we are getting
We're gonna get.
spanked.
That's what you
literally
think.
Destroyed.
Our butts are going to be bright cherry red.
Cherry
Pow,
red.
pow, pow. This
Crimson
is Jackson
and
Arnold.
cream.
Pow, 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 pow. It's just going to be raw.
Oh.
Baby powder's not even going to hit.
Preseason, there was a video that went viral of here's Jackson Arnold throwing a dot at practice, and Billy Bowman
yeah.
Oh.
retweeted it and said pick 6 with the little
Or Jackson
Yeah,
Dart.
Jackson
the
Yeah,
little hee emoji. No, Billy Bowman retweeted that.
yeah,
Said pick 6.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And
Yeah.
Jackson Arnold retweeted and said,
We'll see.
or Jackson
on-
Dart, sorry.
yeah.
Jackson Dart said, we'll see, or
On
something like that.
whatever.
We're going to find out. I guarantly he's going to clown
Oh,
Billy.
he is. He knows.
And, you know, he should get
you
clowned.
think about that
He
stuff.
should get
Let's have a
clowned.
conversation about Billy.
That
Billy,
draft
Billy.
stock- That draft stock's tanking.
That's
No,
his
I'm
draft
not, I'm
stock.
not even talking about that. Billy, you gotta stop with the trash talk, because you walk into OU Texas and on national TV there's a camera right in front of you, and you say Texas ain't ready, and then you lose 34-3.
While
Then-
getting cooked. He literally
He got
got
cooked.
stomped on.
Yes,
By
you
a
get
tight
walked
end.
over by Gunnar Helm,
Yeah.
He got walked over. He actually did.
and then
Yeah,
this week
that was tough.
you talk trash, and now Jackson Dart is probably gonna throw for 400 yards. All right.
I don't
Anyways,
think he throws for 400 yards.
I don't think he throws for. I'm just joking, but he
I
will.
honestly think we'll probably be like 21-0. Like that might be the score.
4 touchdowns. I could see 4 touchdowns out of Jackson Dart.
I could, if Carolina.
That's my thing.
You got to think, how many did we give up? How many
Okay.
did-
Okay,
Here's the thing.
there was only 2 pickups. One of their defensive touchdowns, they actually had a drive and scored a touchdown.
yeah. That's
so
the thing.
they only actually had 2 immediate pick sixes or what.
If Jackson
pickup
Dart
sixes.
is put, I don't care how good our defense is. If Jackson's Dart drive starts at the 30, of course he's going to score. Like he's
Touchdown.
I'm
already-
saying, I'm saying like if we make him like a competent team does make you drive 80 yards on the field, he's not putting up
no,
400 yards.
no, he's not even
No.
putting.
But
up,
that's what I'm basing it off of like what I guess I shouldn't because we're not a normal.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
He's
I
going to
think
get
we'll-
on the 30 probably 2 or 3 times.
I think he'll get 4 tutties, man. I think he really could.
Yeah, he'll
Yards, maybe not many, but tutties, yes,
Yeah.
he will get a lot of tutties.
Our defense is incredible, but our offense is literally so bad. Jackson Arnold's going to throw a pick.
yeah,
They're going to get the ball at probably the 40, touchdown. We're probably going to have a fumble because we do literally every game. Probably from, let me just throw a name out there so I can guess it. Who's going to fumble this week?
Jackson Arnold.
I like Jackson Arnold fumbling and throwing a pick. So there's 2
Bet on
balls
it.
on the 40 touchdowns. It's like, and
I
I
got-
think they have one. I don't know. Not many teams when we do like a kickoff actually
That's what I'm saying. It's
Score
weird.
points.
I've seen, like the last one.
They
I
don't
can
really
remember
do
off
that.
Rip is like
Tennessee.
Tennessee, and I know Auburn did it. I think once maybe.
Auburn. I felt like they were doing it all game.
yeah. Well,
They were
Auburn
cooking
has
Twice.
they
Maybe twice.
scored all their points on huge explosive plays.
Yeah.
So maybe 3.
But
Couple-
My thing for this week, man, is Ole Miss. We'll start our Ole Miss breakdown right here. One of the best run stops, one of the best pass rush, one of the best sack defenses in the country. Jackson went down. Okay,
Jackson.
know what you're about to
We
say.
allowed
I
9
know
sacks
you're about
last
to-
week.
Yep.
Y'all laughed the last time I said we could allow 10 sacks sometime this year. 10 sacks is on the table. We tied the franchise, our program history for 9 sacks last week. Let's break it. Break a record. 10 sacks in a game. I think it's possible, man. I think it's possible. Javonte Barnes is going to get nowhere because their run defense is incredible. And I think anytime we try to pass it, Jackson will get maybe a second, maybe a second and a half.
I just want to point out we have one more sack than they do. So we have 25 sacks. They have 24. So technically, we have the better pass rush.
Well,
I'm lying.
If our offense had to play our one defense,
Oh God,
I genuinely think I think 10 sacks is right there. I mean, G Baby and R Mason Thomas going crazy. G Baby and R Mason Thomas would combine for 7 sacks by themselves in a game versus our ones.
Yeah.
And that's not,
So-
you're laughing, dude. I think that's possible.
G Baby has 4 and our Mason has 6. It's literally 10 exact. They have. Oh my God.
I'm telling you, they're dogs.
Here we go crazy.
If they played our O line, because they think about it, they're playing really good O lines this year. If they played our O line,
God, you see G Baby get up and hit that little
yeah,
that little dance.
You go
dude.
crazy.
Oh my.
bro,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
would
they were
sack
cookers.
Jackson probably 5 times by himself, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Golly.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it's gonna be bad.
let's get into score predictions.
Let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
So overall, our feelings about the game, terrible. Y'all have
With-
anything else?
Yeah, I have. If I was to put anything positive, which there's only one thing, it's a different. Seth Luttrell's gone, so that's literally the only positive I can think of is Seth Luttrell's gone. So now we can see something potentially, probably not, but potentially a little bit different. So that is exciting to some extent. But we're gonna get spanked. We're gonna come home. Our butt cheeks are gonna be bright red. And Ole Miss is going to be celebrating in the locker room, probably posting on Twitter Billy Bowman's pick 6 emoji with Jackson Dart throwing a touchdown over Billy Bowman. I'm calling it right now. Billy Bowman's getting mossed.
Trey
And they're
Harris.
gonna
By
go-
Jackson Dart on a Philly special.
By Jackson.
One hand taps his head midair. Bro's levitating. Head tap Billy.
Can
you
you head taps him
imagine?
as he's in the air, and then one arm grabs it.
Just slow mo.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I agree. It's a positive. There's a positive in there.
There's one positive.
I also-
one
go ahead.
singular.
I think we'll see
positive.
Dion. People were
okay.
hating on him last week because he was out at warm-ups dancing,
dancing, and then
and people were like, all the old heads,
You can
if
dance,
you can
that means
dance,
you
you
can
can
play."
play. I'm like, all right, dude, come
Nope,
on.
that's not true.
That's not how
That's
football
not
is.
how.
Also, good news is that BV, he might be lying, but he did say that our Nick Anderson, Farouk, Andrell, Jaden Gibson, he said they all expressed interest in coming back.
Don't come back.
What are you talking?
Don't come back. The season's over. Don't come
No,
back.
I'm saying next year.
Oh yeah,
I'm saying
next.
I'm
Oh
saying-
sorry.
No, what are you talking?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
please. We're
No,
cooked.
I
He does-
I think all of them should, if they can, like redshirt the year.
I think Farouk should come back
or-
the last 3 because he'll keep his red shirt. If he can't come
fair,
back,
fair.
I
And
think,
a bowl is a free game, by the way, on
oh,
redshirt
bet.
wise.
So
Yeah.
I think honestly, if that would help us win and not play in the Listerine Bowl, please come back and help us.
Yeah.
We're gonna play in the Listerine.
I know, but I'm
I
saying
don't think
like
I hope we play in the Listerine Bowl. just yesterday, we got these hoodies, and they came by and they said, "You might not get bowl gifts, so here's these." And I was like, God.
That's
tough.
crazy.
That's tough. Though.
I mean, it
That
was a
is
joke.
tough.
They were just like joking around, like,
Oh,
"Yeah, I
that's
might not get
clean.
bowl
Okay.
gifts."
We weren't joking.
But anyways,
Yeah. Let's get into score predictions.
score predictions.
We're lollygagging.
Let's.
Uh,
There was lots of breakdown.
There
but it
was,
just sucks.
yeah. we need to
All
put
right,
those
man.
chapters in.
First up, we got Cincy at Colorado. I wanted to talk about Colorado a little bit. Travis Hunter allegedly playing in this
Banged
game.
up.
A little banged up. Fair enough. Rose playing 137 snaps a game.
Exactly.
So, but I honestly, I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it. I'm not a Dion hater. I've never been
Yeah.
a Dion hater. I don't think the whole thing is going to work too much, but I'm not a Dion hater, especially when Shadur and Travis leave. I hate to say it. Dion is probably not going to work after
Yeah.
they leave, if Dion even stays. But anyways, Point being is, I like Dion, and I was kind of hoping that they could make a little Big 12 run, maybe a playoff run. But I think that's a little bit out of the picture now that they've dropped some important games. Cincy visiting. Cincy, let me look up Cincinnati.
They
man.
beat, or I thought they had a good game. They beat somebody. They beat
Arizona State
Arizona
and
State.
UCF, which is
and UCF.
really good. Those are good games.
Yeah, and they barely lost by 3 to Texas Tech.
So a
They spanked
9-15
Houston.
game.
Jeez.
It'll be 8-15.
I told you it's a night
right
game.
now.
Colorado has more home night games than either program in the entire country.
Well, one
It's
part of that
unbelievable.
is that they're part of those
The
schools that play super late,
Yeah,
like Arizona State and all them. But
still.
Big 12 after dark.
Big 12 after dark, I think that's sick, man.
That's fire.
I love watching those late games.
They're fun. It's like it's nice being up to like 1:30 in the morning watching a nail biter
Yeah.
It's always a nail biter.
in the freaking mountains.
It's always
Yeah.
such a good game when
It's
you're.
always-
Remember at the ranch when we were
Oh
watching
my
Colorado
gosh.
versus.
Yep.
Who was it? It was a Pac-12 team. Maybe Arizona. I can look at. I can
I
look
don't
it up.
But
Anyways, yeah,
yeah.
whatever.
No, it was. Oh, was it Stanford? No, it wasn't Stanford. No.
Yes, it was
it
Stanford. Hold
'Cause-
on. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so excited about this. Hold up.
Dude, I swear.
I got to go back and find it because, anyways, Pod, a year ago, we
There it
stayed
is.
up.
there it is, on your right.
Right
Ye-
there. Yep.
Yeah, it sounds
I
about the
just
right.
got
That's
it.
the right week,
Yep.
the bye week. Yeah, because it was overtime
Yep.
versus Stanford.
Because that
Anyways,
Stanford receiver had like 5 tutties. bro.
Yeah, he
it was
went
going
crazy.
That's
silly.
crazy. What's your score prediction?
Cincy, Colorado. Anyways, to get to my point, I think Colorado's pretty solid. Shadur is going to be a dog in the NFL. I hate to say it. He's going to be a dog. People are hating on him. He's going to be a dog. Travis Hunter, we already know is a dog. They've been improving on all those other spots that were trash before. So
That's fair.
Cincinnati's just all right. I'm going to go with a high-scoring little, probably 28-45 Colorado.
Like that. Yeah, I'm not a Colorado hater. I do think that they're going to be terrible when Shadur and
I'm not a
Travis
Colorado
leave?
hater.
no, I'm not a Colorado hater. I just think they're literally going to be awful when they leave. That's not like hating. But
I think we're awful. I don't hate OU.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I hate this team. I don't hate
I was
OU.
gonna say, guys, we moved it. I hate
No,
this team.
I hate the team. I don't hate OU. There's a difference. I hate Team 130. Is that what it is?
Team 130.
I hate Team 130. Anyways, though, I like Colorado. I think Cincy's actually going to give him a fight, though. So I want to say 31-38 Colorado wins.
That's a better score prediction than mine. I like that one.
Colorado plays like trash at home. Since he's gonna win the game,
Oh.
it's gonna be 35-31 Cincinnati.
Fire. The stars are too bright in Colorado.
All right.
Kevin
Sounds
Durant,
good.
all them are always there. So
Next up, we got Missouri at Alabama. Two teams that are underperforming what they were ranked in the preseason.
Yeah.
By the way, this is a playoff eliminator game.
Yes.
Missouri has one loss. If they get two with that schedule, they will absolutely be out of the playoff, no doubt. And Alabama has two losses. They have a much better schedule, so they can make the playoff with these two losses they have now. But if they get a third, I don't think they're in. So this is an elimination game for both of these teams when it comes to the playoffs. So a really big game. It's in Tuscaloosa. I think Missouri sucks, and I think Missouri's maybe our one hope at a bowl game. So, man, this is a tough prediction. Now that scores matter when we're keeping track of these things, man.
Bro's doing research.
Oh man, I mean it's bad. It's really bad.
That's a tough one to do. Jeez, they barely squeezed out Auburn.
I'll
at
give
home.
them 24 points. Oh my gosh, it's tough to do that though. I'll give them 20. And I will give Alabama, I think this offense can go crazy when it wants to, 38.
Wowza.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is Ryan Williams. It's still Jalen Milroe.
Yeah.
I think they're still dogs.
I like Bama here. I think they're coming back with a fire. Bama, to me, is still a national championship contending team. I don't think they will win it, but I don't think they're out of the race. Missouri is awful. I think they're going to get spanked. I like Alabama 45, Missouri 17.
Kylan's gonna say something crazy.
No, I'm not.
Dang.
Missouri's winning the national championship.
Kylan, by the way, dude, you've been cooking on these.
Yeah,
Like, I'm starting to believe Cincinnati's gonna be Colorado just because you said so.
Dude.
yeah.
You have that kind of power.
Bama's going to win the game. Missouri's not very good. Bama's also not the greatest of all time anymore, but they're still going to just absolutely smash Missouri. I'm going to go Mizzou.
Mizzou.
They're going to score. I'm going to go because that defense is kind of bun. So I'll give them 20.
Yeah.
Give them 20.
Real.
I say Bama. I think they have a bounce back game. They've been playing kind of trash as of late. I'll go 33.
All right, sounds good. All right, this is the big game of the weekend. Not according to EA College Sports, because EA
Does.
College Sports said we're the best game of the weekend.
wow.
But game day is in Indiana.
Is it?
I don't.
Navy.
No, they're in like at Indiana. Who is Indiana even
Oh,
playing?
that's wild.
I'm surprised because who they got?
Washington. Yeah, that's where game day is. I don't know.
Way.
Yep.
That's
Indiana's cold. They're 13.
No, I know. Yeah.
LSU at A&M. It's like 9 at 15 rankings wise.
Yeah.
A&M's a tough place to play. They're playing pretty darn good. Solid, but LSU's looking a lot better than when they started. A&M, man, I don't see it. They beat Missouri, and that's what they're kind of boasting about here. But, like, Mississippi State on the road is not an impressive win. Arkansas at home is not an impressive win. Actually, it's not even at home. That's in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think LSU actually has some impressive wins. And with Notre Dame going in there and showing the blueprint on how to beat A&M in that place, I think LSU can go in there and do it. I think I don't like Connor Wigman.
Yeah.
Don't like him. So I'll give them 13, and I'll give LSU probably 27.
Wowza. This is a tough one for me because I think A&M is actually good, but their wins are not very impressive. But I think LSU is better. So give me LSU. I like 27. Give me A&M 24 because they're at home.
Garrett Nussmeier just said that Kyle Field's loud, but Death Valley's louder.
That's tough.
And that
tough.
always does something for, the other team. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're going to show him. So then it's going to bring Texas A&M fans. So I'm going to bet against LSU. I'm going to say LSU. It's going to be a little close one, a little nail biter. Give me 21-20 Texas A&M.
Wowza. I like
Oh.
that.
Sorry, my bad. 21-20. All right, last one. Oklahoma at Ole Miss. I love our defense. However, we were talking about this earlier. If you get put on your own 30-yard line, a field goal is the best possible thing that can happen, really. And then you're just praying for it to be a miss, unless there's a turnover, obviously. I think South Carolina would have scored a lot less than 35 if it weren't for the Michael Hawkins masterpiece. It's the same thing with Tennessee.
Yep.
Tennessee would have scored a lot less than 25. Well, they would have scored less if Jackson Arnold didn't put up his Jackson Arnold masterpiece that he did.
Yeah.
So I don't think those scores are very accurate. Like, I don't think 35 is an accurate statement. Like, South Carolina put up 35 points.
Yeah.
So
Michael
I
Hawkins
do
did
think
14.
so. Even though they did that to us at home, I think turnovers will. I think we'll get a little less turnovers than last week. I think.
I hope.
Maybe I'm crazy. I think they can score 31 on us. even though they're a better offense than South Carolina, they'll score less. I got us at 2. And
That's mine.
you laugh. Yeah, that's my bad. You laugh. That's
that's not.
that's
insane.
accurate. That's
Yeah.
accurate.
Well,
That's accurate.
Ole Miss. That's so insane.
2 points.
Ole Miss is gonna spank us. They're just. I know for a fact we're gonna get at least 2 or 3 turnovers. That's gonna put them in good field positioning.
Yeah.
So I'm already gonna hang up 21 points alone off of turnovers.
Yeah.
I want to take Ole Miss 38. Us 9. Gosh, that's a hard one.
You are just.
That's just so generous.
You are. Yeah, I was about to say you are just so optimistic.
I think that Ole Miss
That's
honestly
generous.
drops an egg, not like an egg, but like I think they play like one of their worst games
Down to their
like,
competition.
so
Yeah.
bad.
That's
Like,
fair.
I think they play awful. This
That's
is like
fair.
probably their worst game of the year.
Yeah.
And I think they only. I'm gonna say, and I feel like
You better not.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not dumb. But I think we. I think we scored. I think we score 6.
Okay.
Yep.
Gosh.
Dang, I should have went with that one.
Y'all are way too optimistic,
And-
bro.
In my mind, I think we score 10, but I'm saying 6 because actually put me down for 10. Put me down for 10. I think we score 10 points, and Ole Miss puts up 24.
Goodness.
How did we get our
Making a-
touchdown?
Making it look like.
Can
My
I
vote.
can I make a prediction?
Go ahead.
They're punting.
Punt return.
We block the punt.
Okay, yeah.
Danny Stuntsman grabs the ball. He's running to the end zone. He's about to get tackled. Flips it behind his back.
Lewis
To
Carter.
to who? Woody? Well,
Sure.
no, Peyton Bowen ran all the way down the
All
field,
way down.
and he flipped it back to Danny. And
Jeez.
Peyton Bowen does a front flip into the end zone.
Dude, one
That's
thing
how he
I've
scored a
noticed
touchdown.
about our scores this season, they've all been so weird. They've all been like scores that you don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
If
they're
there was
not, like-
college scoregami,
yeah, like
we'd be cooking.
yeah, 16-12. Do you ever see that? 19-34.
Yeah, that is
25,
strange.
35-9 is such a strange
Yeah.
score to me. I don't know. Just something I've noticed. So I'm gonna make mine a bit more strange and go with 4-31. 2 safeties. Because think about it, man. Luke Elzinga
Yeah, our
puts him at
punter's
the
good.
1,
Yeah.
and then we have a great D line.
Give me 24-11.
Okay.
Okay. Now I got to get funky. Give me 38-11.
All right, bet.
I like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly just go over what how we're gonna start scoring these. Essentially, every win is 50 points, and however many points off you guessed from the actual score, like both our side and their side, it subtracts from your total points. So yeah, that's how that works. Last week, since we're talking about that, Kylan guessed 2 games right, so we got 100 points, and he guessed 78 points wrong total on all the games, so he got a 22. I only got 1 game right, so I got 50 points, and I guessed 129 points off, so I had a negative 79. And Colby guessed 1 game right as well, and got 109 points off, and got negative 59.
What games did I guess? What were the 2 games?
We all guessed correctly Michigan, Illinois. You correctly guessed Georgia, Texas. We didn't. And everybody guessed Bama, Tennessee wrong, and everybody guessed South Carolina wrong. So, yeah. Kind of interesting how far. It's like you think that your score predictions are like, yeah, it's pretty solid. Like, I know it's going to be right, but, like, it's pretty solid. And then you're like, oh, God.
That's
terrible.
what's
7 to
crazy.
10, bro.
You
That
can't
was
base sports off logic. You just can't.
Yeah.
Because anything can happen. Vanderbilt could win. So, yeah. Which, by the way, I think if we played Vanderbilt, we would lose.
Yes.
So,
That is
yeah.
true.
Anyways,
So, yeah,
do we
we'll
have
see how
anything
the
else
we'll see how the scores go this week.
to add?
Just a we suck. Just pray.
Hey,
pray
hey,
sucks.
like, follow, subscribe.
Like, follow, subscribe.
all of our channels.
Mom, if you're listening, I
That's
love
true.
you.
But actually, that'd be
That'd
pretty
help.
cool.
That would
We got on Twitter,
TikTok.
or X, I guess. TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So check out our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
if you want to. If not, I mean,
If you're watching this on YouTube,
can't make you do it.
it'll be in the description.
yeah. And we'll hopefully have this uploaded today. So
All right, love you,
All right.
fellas.
Thanks,
and
guys.
love you, Mom.
Love
If
you,
you're
Mom.
watching.
Say you
Mom.
love your mom. There you go.
love you, Mom. Bye, guys.